But how do I get those rates into funds that can be deposited into my checking account? The way that I find the majority of my work, and the way that I feel like most truck drivers find the majority of their work, are through load boards. These load boards exist in three forms. There are free ones, there are ones that are free but through a big company, and then there are paid ones. As far as the search options, once you're on a load board, you've got a lot of choices on there. You can narrow this down to, how far am I willing to drive, or deadhead, from where I'm at with the truck being empty to where I'm going to go to where the truck is full. I can also narrow it down to like rate per mile. I can say, only show me the loads that are paying $4, $5, $6 a mile. Go ahead and leave out the loads that are paying $1.25 a mile. And last but not least, I can narrow those down to saying, okay, well, hey, look, I'm here and I'd like to be here. Show me all the loads that go from, let's say, San Diego to Vegas. The last thing I'll say about load boards is regarding the rate. There's kind of three options when it comes to this. You do have a book it now price. This is where they say, let's just say San Diego to Vegas is $1,200. Okay, that's the book it now price. They may also give you a bid price, which is saying, San Diego to Vegas, they don't tell you what they're paying, but they allow you to bid. If somebody comes in and bids lower, they're going to more than likely give that load to them. And then some of them use kind of a hybrid between both. Like, let's say they do have the same San Diego to Vegas for $1,200, but bidding is an option too. You can step in and say, listen, your $1,200 is great, but I'd like to bid $1,400. If you're the lowest bid, you get the load. So outside of a load board, there is another way truck drivers make money, and this is referred to as posting a truck. This is where you have the choice of going in and saying, look, I'm available on this date. I'm willing to drive this far. I'm willing to haul this much weight, and I expect to make this much per mile. The downside to doing this is if you give them a range of, if I go onto Amazon right now and say, okay, I'm willing to take this weight, I'm willing to work these next 2 days, but I expect to be home on this day, and they do find a load, they will book it. So if that load comes in at 3 in the morning and I'm asleep, I'm getting to the truck ASAP. So now you found the perfect load, great. Next thing that's going to happen is, are you as the trucker onboarded with that brokerage? In other words, and what that means is they're going to vet you basically. They're going to go through and they're going to say, is your insurance up to date? Are you in good standing with the FMCSA? You're going to have to fill out a W-9, because at the end of this thing, they're going to either send you a check or direct deposit money into your account. So for tax purposes, you have to have a W-9. And once that onboarding is done, then you're going to agree to haul the load. This agreement can be either a phone call, an email, it can be both. And after the agreement to haul has been established, you're then going to receive a rate confirmation, or a rate con. This is going to say that you and your trucking company have the authority to move this load for this set price. So now you've got your rate con in hand, you're off to the shipper, everything's good. You show up at the shipper, it's either going to be an appointment time or it's going to be a first come, first served situation. They're going to load your truck and provide you your bill of lading, or your BOL. You're going to take the product in the back of your truck with that bill of lading. You're going to show up at the receiver. They're going to unload you and sign those bills, or your bills of lading. You're then going to take those signed bills of lading and submit those back to the brokerage for payment. You think it's done, but there's one more step. Sometimes you're waiting up to 28 days to get paid. Well, some people don't want to wait that long and opt to do what's called factoring. Factoring is a third-party company who steps in and says, we'll pay you your money now, 24 to 48 hours rather than 28 days. However, we're going to keep anywhere from 2 to 5% of everything you make. So you make $100, you might only keep 95 of that because you chose to factor it. I hope this video was helpful to you. These were basic questions that I had 9 months ago when I knew nothing about trucking. It's like, great, I see numbers on a screen, but to me, they're just numbers on a screen until I can take those numbers and make them into a depositable amount to put into my checking account. So I hope this video serves you well. Take care.